How's everything? How's work? I need those doors shut, okay? All right. Shut the doors. Thank you. All right. This is Stadium TV. Yeah. Am I live? Wow. Yes, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. All right. So today, I just want to talk on deal breakers in relationships, deal breakers in marriages, deal breakers. What's a deal breaker? Like you've struck a deal that you made a commitment. A marriage, a relationship can be some level of commitment. Like, but even though you've committed to that marriage or relationship, what's that one thing that if it happens, it breaks the deal? Oh, you don't care. You don't care whose ox is God. You know, what's that one thing that if it should happen in your relationship or in your marriage, you are not waiting? Um, so I want to hear from you guys. What's that one thing? I'm going to share some practical experiences here by different people. You know, some that I've been privy to. Yeah. I'm going to share quite a lot of them here today. So what's that deal breaker for you in a relationship? I want to know. Okay, for me, one of the major deal breakers is violence. Uh, okay, if let's picture now that a man is sleeping, you know, he upsets his wife or his babe, whatever, and you know, maybe they stay together and yeah, we shouldn't be anyway, but I'm being practical there, you know, these are the things that happen that we know. Yeah. So it shouldn't be. Yeah. Uh, I don't believe in living relationship outside of marriage. I believe you should be married before you start living in together now. All right, so now if the guy is asleep and then because he offended the woman, she just comes at night with a knife and says, me and you tonight, somebody is meeting Jesus today, somebody is going to Papa God, you must confess. And she starts threatening, even though she does not mean to use it to stab me. And she starts threatening with a knife or with a weapon or with a gun or whatever it is now, with a weapon that can take life, using the threat to life as a weapon to win or to get information. That is a major deal breaker for me. You know, that's a major deal breaker for me. That's a major feel. I mean, I'm like, am I safe with this person? So it's a major deal breaker for me. If you are prone to violence, I can't leave, I can't marry, I can't stay with a woman that is prone to violence. That's I know can decide one day. She can just wake up and say, you know, let me break this laptop on his head. And there are many women like that, you know, prone to violence. I was watching a video, and the same thing goes for the guys too. You know, I want to believe I'm speaking from the perspective of a guy, you know, a deal breaker for me. So the same thing, the other way around too. I'm sure women should not, you know, take in violence from guys. They should not consider it normal. It's not normal. It's not okay. So I was watching the video of the lady that maybe she was breaking the vehicle of her boyfriend or something like that, just using stones to damage the whole vehicle. I think somewhere outside of Nigeria, but in Africa. And when you look at that, they are dating, according to the information I read on that video, that they are dating. They are dating, and you think you have that level of right to break. You know, she thinks she has that level of right to be breaking, to break the guy's property like that. So that calls for some concern. Like, I'll run. Oh, me, I don't know how to take it. I'll just run. I cannot take that. I cannot. I cannot. I just run. I take off. I take off totally. I can't. I can't deal. I can't deal. I take off. So violence is the deal breaker. for me. Total deal breaker. Just open your eyes at night and then she has a gun saying, confess or you and I tonight. One day that threat will become reality. One day, eventually, as you guys marry and then there's more, even if the honey is not as sweet as in some cases. One day, the threat to shoot will become real shooting. So that's a major deal breaker for me, major deal breaker for me in marriages and relationship. And I think it should be a deal breaker for a lot of people too, because violence can take life. Violence can take life. If the person you are dating is prone to violence, or they are showing signs, they are showing that when they need to resolve issue, the next thing is to use a weapon. The next thing is to threaten with a weapon. Run, no, run, no, run, no. Unless they can change anyway. But for me, it's a deal breaker. The second deal breaker for me, before I hear from you guys, is over influence from the extended family. Yeah, yeah. Personally, I learned that the hard way. So over influence from the extended family. Uh, yeah, if you're in a relationship and your guy, your man, cannot make decisions by himself without his parents, his uncle, his brother, his siblings, and all. And he's always reporting you to them, always, wanting them to come into the conversations you guys are having to settle things with you and all that. Hmm, That's a deal breaker for me. Oh. Give me a second. I need to take some water. That's a deal breaker for me. Yes, that's a deal breaker in relationship for me. Like, if you are not, what's the word now? If you or cannot keep what's happening within us. Like we cannot have our conversation and keep the external, keep them outside. You're always rushing off to mommy, always rushing off to daddy, always rushing off. Say this happened at home, this happened at no, no, no. That's a deal breaker for me. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. Over the uh, influence of the extended family is a deal breaker for me. The third and final deal breaker for me is promiscuity. And I think it's same for every guy now. Guy who wants a wife that or a woman that is community pass around. Yeah. So yeah, that's a deal breaker. No man. I don't know what. Let me just say, most men will not take it from any woman like cheating on them. No, no, no. It's a total. We break it up. We scatter it there. They say, yeah, but guys cheat and all that stuff. If the woman has a right to also break it up. If the guy's cheating on you, you have every right to break it up. So yeah, even in marriage, but marriage, it depends on patience also and maybe forgiveness and all that stuff. But even that's the only basis for which Christ said divorce is okay. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's a immorality, adultery. Yes, that's the only basis for which divorce was okay. So it's a deal breaker. Promiscuity is a deal breaker, major deal breaker. Yeah, that's it for me. That's it for me. Let me hear from you guys. What are the deal breakers for you in marriages and relationship? What are the deal breakers for you in marriages and relationship? Yeah, I had to come on tonight for you guys. Bit tired and it's been an exhaustive day. I said, hey, we got to come up live. We got to get consistent, with our life this week. Last week was a bit erratic and all that, but hey, so this week we got to be very consistent with the live. I had a conference last week, so I couldn't come up in the evening. I was getting home like 11, 11:30, 12ish, and also, of course, I couldn't come on live at that time. Yeah, so tell me, let me know, let me hear from you. Let me know, let me hear from you. What is a deal breaker for you in relationship and marriages? What is the deal breaker for you in relationship and marriages? I've given three examples. I've said violence. I've said over influencing of the extended family, and I've mentioned promiscuity. So, what's the deal breaker for you? Let us hear from you. Let me hear from you guys what the deal breaker for you is in marriages and relationship? What's a deal breaker for you in marriages and relationships? Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I have a couple I was kind of counseling recently, and yeah, I was just trying to put them through, considering that I have some I'm approaching 2 decades of marriage. Yeah, I'm approaching. That's gonna be in 2026. We make it 20 years I got married in 2006. So 2026 we make it 20 years since I got married. So I can speak about this, authoritatively, that your deal breaker, a deal breaker for one person might not be a deal breaker for the other person. So, which is why I'm having this live, and it's gonna be out there for people to watch and comment, and keep commenting and keep commenting. That what is your own deal breaker, so that what that does for others is that, hey, yo, so this is why this guy broke up with me. Oh, I didn't. This was normal. This was a normal thing to me, but it's somebody else's deal breaker. Like I've said now that having external influence of the extended family in the marriage is a deal breaker for me. But some people, they are okay with it. That's what they enjoy. So if I'm with someone like that, the chances that the marriage will be tough, or maybe the relationship will break up, or the marriage will break up. Why? Because we're not on the same plane. So it's always important that you know deal breakers for your partner. Yeah, you know deal breakers for your partner. In the second, it's very important that you know deal breakers for your partner. When you know the deal breakers for your partner, you are able to uh, work with them to make sure that you don't break the deal, that you don't break the deal, that you don't do things that will break the deal. Yes, that you don't do things that will break the deal. So let me know what's a deal breaker for you in marriage. What's a deal breaker for you in relationship? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Drop it like it's out. Drop it like it's out. What's a deal breaker for you in your marriage, in your relationship? What is it that if someone does, you will run away straight? Is it anger? Is it that maybe someone that just gets upset and shouts at you in the public space? Yeah, yeah. Can you take that? While some people say, yes, that's my deal breaker. You can't embarrass me. No, you have to respect me. You have to. I was watching the TikTok video of this lady, is it Clifford Tega or what's her name? I was watching a TikTok video where she was talking to, I think, one of the guys, asking her out. I think she put it was like a vlog of her daily activity as a banker or something. And she was telling the guy, you gotta respect me. You don't talk to me like that. You gotta respect me. You gotta speak with me with respect. So for her, that's a deal breaker. Like any man that cannot respect her and talk to her with respect, or Benny, on your own, it's a deal breaker for Tega. Yeah. So that's that. So what's your deal breaker? As simple as that is. Another man will say, me, I'm the one that should respect you, when the Bible says that you should honor and submit to me. So at that moment, when she says that out, it's a deal breaker for some men. Like, beg, pack. This lady is too proud. She's too full of herself. She's thinking she's having principles, which is okay. That these are my principles. That you should respect me. You should talk to me with respect. But some people are seeing it as a deal breaker. That, hey, wait, two captains inside the same house. No, say this is a deal breaker. No way, no way. You can't have two captains inside this one house. And it's a deal breaker for some. It's a deal breaker for some. Yeah. So what's the deal breaker for you? What's the deal breaker for you? Tell me, what's the deal breaker for you? What's the deal breaker for you? What is it that if someone does in your relationship, you would immediately say, hey, this is over. We don't do again. I don't do again. Like, what's that deal breaker for you? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while, so I'm just for maybe a few more minutes. Yeah, maybe another 10 minutes. So in that time, as you come in, just drop in the chat. What's the deal breaker for you? Drop it in the live chat. What's the deal breaker? What's that thing that will make you step out of the marriage? That will make you leave the relationship? Yeah, I should drop it in the chat. Others can learn. People can learn. People can know where they are missing it, what they are doing wrong. Why? See, people have been in a relationship that they just keep seeing the guys leave or they keep seeing the ladies leave, and they might not know it's something that they are doing wrong. So if we're able to share deal breakers here, everyone sharing their deal breakers, people can actually learn and say, oh, and I do this, oh, this is why Shinena leave me. This is why Quisha leave me. This is why Paula leave me. This is why Dunamis leave me. This is why, you can just put it together and say, yay, this is where I've been getting it wrong. So that is why you're sharing with us today or whenever you're watching this video, what your deal breaker is in a relationship and in a marriage. Yeah, so we are discussing deal breakers in relationship and marriage. What else is a deal breaker for me? Let me see. Um, Maybe invasion of privacy, but is there privacy in relationship, in marriage? You both own yourselves now. So let's see what else. What else is a deal breaker for me? You don't love Jesus. That one is a deal breaker. Now, if you're not a Christian and you love and know Jesus, total deal breaker. Total deal breaker. If you don't know Jesus, we can roll. That's a total deal breaker. Um, what else is a deal breaker for me? Hmm. What's a deal breaker for you? You watching me. What's the deal breaker for you? Tell me. What's the deal breaker for you? Hmm. So I've mentioned violence. I mean, threatening with a knife, threatening with a gun, hitting your partner violently with intention to cause harm. Total deal breaker. Promiscuity. No. You hear of some things that there are some neighborhoods where the married women are just so promiscuous. Allegedly, there are some places, I don't want to mention neighborhoods, but there are some places in Lagos that we hear that the married women are, you hear the reports, and they will say there's no smoke without fire. You hear the reports that the married women are so promiscuous, and I'm like, and these married women are men. How are they even still married? The deal breaker for me, oh, total deal breaker. You pack to your father's house. You pack to your father's house immediately. I don't get time. Oh. I don't get chill. I don't get chill for nonsense. Zero tolerance for promiscuity. My woman with another man. How? How will I even be able to connect ever again? How? Will I be able to say I want to be with that person ever again? No way. No, they happen. They happen. So total zero tolerance for promiscuity from my partner. Zero. Zero. Total zero. It's a deal breaker for me. Major deal breaker for me. All right. Okay, we've done almost 20 minutes. My plan was to do 20 minutes on this live today. And yeah, like I told you, I'm sure you guys can see that I look and I'm actually very tired. Yes, very tired. Like I just had to come on and just talk about this and yeah, and leave it there for those that will benefit from it. So type in the chat what your deal breaker is in marriage and relationship. What is that thing that if it happens in your marriage or relationship, you will say, no, I'm not doing again. You will want to step out of the marriage or step out of the relationship and say you are no longer interested. What is that deal breaker for you in marriage and relationship? Drop it in the chat for us so people can learn. I can learn. Everyone can learn. And we can be blessed by this amazing video and amazing topic on my YouTube live tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell notification so when you know when I'm up live. My name is Rashid. This is Stay Them TV. Till I see you tomorrow on another live. God bless you and have an amazing, amazing day. Don't forget, drop for me what your deal breaker is. God bless you. deal breaker in marriage and relationship. God bless you. Bye now.